everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another Scrap Your Stash Saturday, and I just want to show you these are the baggies that I kept those page kits in. And so I have the pattern paper, and I had myself a little note in there to go dig for my Ali Edwards February 2012, and then some heart dies. And then I went into my stash and I got those Simon Says stamp dies. Those are fairly new, so they weren't around when I put this together, because I put that together in 2012, but it gave me still the idea to go get the dies, which I don't end up using anyway. So this is the papers that I had put together. I believe it's Echo Park Playground, maybe. I showed the branding strip up close when I was showing, and I wasn't paying attention. And then I grabbed stuff from my stash that is new. So there are those We Are Memory Keepers inked roses cards, and also some Craft Market from Crepe Paper, the ephemera pack. And so I have 4 of those pattern papers, and I'm going to end up using the one that is, they're all purple and pink, but the one that's purple with almost like interlocked squares, I'm going to end up using those. And these pictures have been in that plastic container or plastic bag since about 2012. It was almost three years ago that I put those kits together. And so when I saw those, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't scrapped that yet. This is a picture of my youngest daughter, and I believe she was 3 on this. And I'm going to put the wrong year at the end, and I'm gonna catch it just as I stamp, because the journaling is going to be one day and the pictures are another day, and I put the year of the pictures and the year of the journaling, and then when I look at it, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. She's much older than that. And so I fix it then. But so I cut down the pictures because there was a lot of distracting stuff in the background. We were doing renovations in the house, and so you can see like away from the walls there, like where the molding was, we had ripped those apart to replace them. And anyway, so there was a lot of distracting stuff in the picture, so I cut them down. And one was vertical, one was horizontal, so I needed to fit, make them so they fit somewhat together. And I mounted them on the vertical stripe pattern paper, and I made it sure that it was horizontal, like I mounted it horizontal, so then it puts a spot for my journaling. And at the beginning too, I showed you another piece of it was either a cardstock or a sticky note, and I had put that I had chosen a sketch for this. Well, all my sketchbooks, I've packed them away, so I just kind of winged it. I didn't have my sketchbooks, so I just kind of played with what I had here. And then I mounted the whole thing on the pattern paper that was pink, and I love that pattern paper. It's sort of horizontal block lines, and I mounted on that, and then I cut 2 strips at about 1/2 inch, and I'm going to mount one at the top and one at the bottom of the layout, and it kind of frames that. Now I opened up my Craft Market ephemera pack from Crepe Paper. Whew, that's hard to say. And I'm going through and I'm picking out everything that has pink on it, and there was no purple, so pink. And I also took aqua, because I like pink, aqua, and purple. I really love those colors together. And then this pattern paper here had Polaroid cameras on it. I thought maybe I was going to use it for the heart side, but I actually liked the other side better and just cut out some of the cameras. And then at that point, I think my husband came home and we had supper, and then I worked on the layout the next day. Now I brought in a Project Life card in the 4x6 side, and I like to use those for journaling. And so I like to either back them on frames, or in this case, I'm just going to put them at the bottom of the layout. And the 2x2 cards from the We Are Memory Keeper Inked Roses, or Inked Rose pack, they were kind of rounded, and then these Project Life cards are rounded. So I'm not going to, I sometimes cut it square, but this time where the cards are rounded, I'm just going to leave the card rounded. And then I'm going to start gluing everything down. I glued the strips already to the top and the bottom. And I was going to put 3 cards on the side of the pictures, or the pictures, and I just found it was too busy. So I'm going to go down with 2, and then I'm going to cut a piece of pattern paper to put in between. And I have all this embellishment cluster for the bottom right. And then when I glue the whole thing together, I don't glue it at the same spot. So I'm going to have to move that, which in a way, sometimes things work out for the better, because although I do like the balance of the layout right now, how, everything is sort of equal on either side if you take the flower on the left side. But no, it's going to be much closer to the right, and then I'm going to have to move that embellishment cluster to the left. But everything was glued down by that time, and I was going to end up making a big mess and probably ruining that pattern paper. So I was okay with moving that one embellishment cluster to the left, which was a whole, less work too than having to move the whole thing over. So the title for this page is going to be Step Away from the Blankie. And one thing that I did too when I put these page kits together is I didn't have, as you saw, I didn't have a lot of embellishments. I had the pattern papers. I had some twine that I had thrown in there, which, by the way, I don't end up using because I put it off to the side and I forgot about it. Otherwise, I would have used it. And so I had pattern papers, the pictures, and the twine. That was it. I ended up grabbing stuff from my stash for the embellishments, and even those tiny stickers, they're from Basic Gray, white stickers. None of that was in the kit. And but I had the journaling done, and I even had the title, like on the back of my recipe card, I had the title written down, which is awesome if I do say so myself. And that's something that I'm going to start doing now. Whenever I, put kits together, or that I'm working with my hip kits, whenever I put my page kits together, I'm going to take out my recipe cards again, and I'm going to do the journaling. I'm going to figure out the title. I'm going to do everything down, because you're going to see I am going to do the journaling on this page, so that when I'm done with this page, it's done. I don't have to think about it again and have to journal, 2 months from now, and what was I thinking when I made the page. Everything is going to be done. So that's something that you're going to see me doing a little bit more, is prepare my journaling ahead of time, because I still believe that when I'm being creative, I can't be doing the journaling. That's just how my brain works. I can't be creative and then flick it off and then use the other side of my brain and be doing some journaling. My brain just doesn't work that way. And I want the journaling to, some pages, the journaling is, this is who's in the picture, and this is where we were, and this is what we did. But some other pages, you want to talk a little bit more about, a little bit deeper, I guess. And I can't be doing that when I'm, first of all, on camera, and 2, just on a whim like that. I have to really sit down and really think about it. So this is where you see I try to put that little embellishment cluster to the right, and I'm like, oh, that's not going to fit. So I'm going to cut it down, because I really like that little embellishment with the camera, and I'm going to do it to the left side. So there's not going to be any pictures at the end, by the way, because I lost my little thingamajig to plug into my computer, so I'm going to have to go get another one. Oh my goodness. It's been quite the week. I got the stomach flu, and I still went to work even though I was sick. So by the time I was done, I mean, I spent 2 or 3 days in bed, and now I have to go back to work tomorrow night. But anyway, so I don't know where I put it, but there will not be any pictures at the end. But in about an hour, I'm going to go get another one. So there will be pictures on my blog. But if I want this to be able to upload for Saturday, and I have 2 videos that are going to upload on my channel on Saturday and one on Friday, I got to get these voiceovers done so that they can be done. So just bear with me, but you will have close-ups on my website, not my blog. It's a website. And so I went and grabbed some enamel dots from my stash that coordinated really well, and I added it to a few spots on the layout. And it was so fun to scrap with purple and pink. I haven't scrapped with purple forever. First of all, they don't make collections with a lot of purple lately, so but this was fun. I'm going to add some white spray from Hero Arts, or no, from Mr. Huey, Studio Calico. And before I go, I just want to read what I put as the journaling. So I said, "You are so attached to your blankie. On this particular day, you were upset because I washed your blankie and you said it took the smell away. When you were younger, you would sit by the washer and dryer until it was done, and she would not be a happy camper." That's not what I put, but I put it was done, ... And now, at almost 22, you still have that blankie and can't sleep without it. And that honest to goodness, Scout's honor, this is the truth. The kid brings her blankie everywhere. And I put ... It's in pretty bad shape too, and it is. It's got holes everywhere. And the funny thing is, like when last year, she was a coach for cheerleading, and they had to, she had to go to Halifax and Ontario and stuff. And when they got there, her boyfriend was unpacking the stuff, and he said, "Oh my goodness, I think we forgot your blankie." He was all worried. And so, yes, even her boyfriend now worries about that blankie because he knows she's going to have she won't be able to sleep, because she puts it over her face to sleep. So this is where I screw up, and I put 2002. Yesterday, when I did this page, was my son's birthday, and you see me counting, and I was counting from his year that he was born. He was born in 99. She was born in 93. So, yes, this was 1996. Little difference. But I had his birthday on the brain. And then I turn it off, and I remember, oh, juice, I want to use that stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. So you're going to see me turning on the camera again, and I'm going to use that flat line and the love, which is perfect, with white ink, and I'm going to stamp it at the top of the layout. And that's it. The page is done. Thanks for watching. Bye.